going on, everybody? What's good? Happy Sunday morning. We hope that everybody has been doing good. Of course, staying blessed and staying safe, taking care of yourself out there. Welcome back to the Queen Mimi podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. And before we get into our topic for today, which we actually gonna touch on it anyway, we have been on a little hiatus, y'all. We had to take a necessary break for our mental health and everything that's been going on. We have had a lot that's been going on, even during our shows, our podcast, radio, so on and so forth. And we mentioned that, here and there, but we have had a lot that's been going on in our personal life and just a lot of setbacks, a lot of issues, a lot of drama, or just, we can go into it and talk all day and all day. But we had to just step back for a minute. A lot of times you have to, you really do, and just take care of yourself. We know for a fact, we've mentioned that numerous times on our show. So that's why, for those that have been wondering at all, we have been a little absent, if you will. And we're not all the way out the woods yet. We still have so much we have to do, so much we working on, and just so much that we have to still deal with. So many decisions that we have to make, and just so many areas we have to get together, get it right, and get everything back on the right track, which leads us, like we said, into our topic for today. For those that don't know if anybody does, but April is Stress Awareness Month. And a lot of people are out here dealing with that right now. We all know what's going on. We got Frumpy in office. We got people dealing with mental health, bills, evictions, losing their job, just daily life things that a lot of people never ever see coming. And whether you with your spouse or you in a hotel, you in a house, you in an RV, whatever the case may be, a lot of us out here are dealing with stress right now. And also, a lot of us don't really know the signs to dealing with that. You understand what we're saying? We don't know it. It's like a silent killer dealing with stress. And a lot of people have unfortunately had heart attacks. They have, lost their life, stroke, high blood pressure, high pulse. This is things that we know for a fact we've dealt with. High blood pressure runs in our family very much. And it's something that it goes up and down with us often. And that's why, contrary to what people think, we hate arguing. We hate disagreements. We absolutely do not like them on any level, shape, or form whatsoever. We don't. We don't. Um, we talk. We like to keep things calm. We know we're not gonna always see eye to eye whoever we deal with. We already know that. But yeah, we like to talk and keep things, positive. We love to laugh. We love goofy stuff. We have our little inside jokes, however you want to put it, and just, enjoy life because we know we dealing with a lot. And like we said, there's so many people out here that's dealing with a lot as well. Like we said, we know this already. And nobody's dealing with no more than the other. What we have going on is never more important than what the other person has going on. You know what we're saying? Everybody does. Everybody's dealing with their own problems, their own issues, and that's why we always do like suggestions and here and there on how to deal with stress and meditate and write and find a positive outlet and all that good stuff, because we know with stress where it hides. It's in your shoulders, your chest, your jaw. If you anything like me, we clench our teeth a lot, especially when we sleep. That's not healthy. You have stomach issues. Your sleep patterns get thrown the hell off. You go through emotional and mental spaces and you irritated. You feel numb, like you disconnected. And that's why we said a minute ago we had to just take a break and just take some time off. We really felt like we were getting disconnected with a lot of things that's going on. You know what we're saying? And everything that was happening around us. You start procrastinating, you start forgetting stuff, and people out here dealing with real life right now. Like the biggest thing for us is feeling stress in our shoulders and our chest. We know everybody is different, but people out here dealing with real life stuff. These movies and this music, it helps people get through, hard times and issues and stuff that they're dealing with, especially a breakup song or, a song that's empowering and stuff like that. It helps so much. And that's why one of the reasons why we love music so much. And, it helps us so much. We love writing. It's a positive, outlet for us, all that. But these are the physical places that stress hides. And a lot of us, like we said, sometimes, unfortunately, don't catch it until it's too damn late. We do not. And we can take the precautions and take whatever we need to do to avoid that. We always say eliminate and get rid of people that's bringing you that stress. Because you got to remember, you got one life you got to live, sis, bruh, whoever's listening. You got one life. You around people, we don't care if it's one person, 10, 20, whatever. You're around anybody that's bringing you stress and bringing you down and draining you, get from around them. That's where we at in our life right now. We done cut so many people off. We know we said that. We done cut so many people off, eliminated them, just got them out of our life, all that. You are draining us, you just using us. You don't mean us any good, none of that. We don't want you in our life. Just get the hell on. Don't even go out there doing it to somebody else that didn't deserve it, and they dang on didn't ask for it. They did not. So when you're going through all this stress and you dealing with stuff, a lot of people they put on that brave face, which you should. They still get out there, deal with the big bad world and all that stuff. A lot of us we kind of withdraw, and like we just said, go into a little hiatus. We take a break. And even if we ain't all the way there yet, we deal with a couple things. Okay, why is this happening? Why is that happening? You got to analyze and just look over everything in your life. Everything, it really starts with you. And we know that life, you're going to go through ups and downs, all that good stuff. But when it comes down to it, it really starts with you. Your happiness, your peace, your love, your kindness, your pureness, your realness, all that, it all starts with you. We always rely on other people for validation, for their opinion, for their approval, for their blessing. Another thing that stresses us out. Even if they give it to you, it's still gonna start with yourself. It's going to always start with yourself. So, like we always say, you got people around you that's supporting you, and you know they're there and they got your back and all that. That's all fine and good. But a lot of us don't have that. You know, we're saying we don't have that support. We don't have that love. We have to encourage and push and motivate ourselves a lot of times. We have to. And it's good. It's good because it comes from within, and that's the best place. That's the best place for it to come from. Because nobody spends more time with you than you. You can't run from yourself, who you are, who you want to be, and whatever it is that you want to do with your life. You have to face it. You have to deal with it. Take you a little break. Hide. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you have to. And just focus. Drown out all them dang on distractions that's in your mind. And focus on what you have to do. Focus. That's the key word. Everything sometimes it spirals out of control before you even know it, whatever it is, whoever it is. But you have to focus on what's going to make you happy. You have to focus on your life, your happiness, your health, your heart, your health, your life. We cannot say that enough. And this is stuff we telling ourselves right now. Seriously. These are things that we telling ourselves right now. Focus on your heart, your health, your peace, your life. Of course, everybody gonna have an opinion. Of course, because they not even bold enough or brave enough to even deal with it. You know what we're saying? They don't have the balls to even own up or face whatever demons, whatever issues they dealing with. They don't. They don't, and they mad that you do. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. You can't. You know, you get irritated. If you're anything like our brain, boy, ours, it feels like it runs 1,000 miles a minute. A lot. Disconnected, like you just don't even have the urgency to do anything. You know, you can feel it in your body. And one thing about it, two things for sure. Your body is going to tell you. Pretty sure y'all know this. Your body is going to tell you, hey, I'm going to need you to sit down somewhere. You wearing me out right now. Your heart is the strongest muscle in your body because it does the most work. Like, real talk. It does the most work, and people don't even know this. It pumps blood throughout your whole body. Recycles blood for people that don't know that. It's a form of MA that you're talking to. So we went to school and studied that. Mental, emotional. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to burden nobody or, overwhelm them with your little problems. So you don't say nothing. You soldier up and you deal with it on your own. For the people that do. Or you find unhealthy ways to deal with it. And speaking as somebody that's been there, don't do that. Don't hurt yourself. Don't abuse yourself. Please, if y'all don't hear nothing else we say, please be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. You ain't in no race. You ain't in no competition. None of that. You in your own lane. Who the hell cares what other people got going on, what they saying, blah, blah, blah. They got all the right to do that. But the bright side is so do you. People move on with their life. They find somebody else. You got the right to do that too. They making business moves and they laughing, happy and joyful. Remember, before you get all upset, You do too. And if they done you wrong, they done you dirty, well, it's gonna come back to them. You ain't got to get no get back. You ain't got to get no revenge, none of that. That's something we had to learn. People always get what's coming to them. Wish it was on our dang on time. We wish, we wish, we wish, but it ain't up to us. So we cannot say that enough, man. Avoiding people and things that you used to do. Like we said, we haven't been doing no shows. We haven't been posting nothing on social media. We just been sleeping when we can and just resting and getting focused on getting back to doing everything we was doing. It's like when you have a plan and things go wrong, then you make another plan and then that go wrong, then you make another. It's just like, okay, this ain't working. Obviously, I got to revamp again, restart, refresh, just like this too much. And for those that are trying, it's never been for lack of trying that you're not where you're at. When you're doing good and you're doing everything the right way, you're going to be attacked from every angle possible. Your kids, your spouse, your job, whatever it is that you do, you're going to be attacked from every angle. And then you're going to look at the person that's not doing it the right way and you think it's easier for them. And it looks that way. Don't get us wrong, it does. But guess what? They're going to come crashing down a lot faster. You're not at all because you're doing it the right way. That's why it seems like it's taking longer. It seems like that because you're not willing to break yourself and sell yourself and, pimp yourself and put yourself out there and do what they're doing. You're doing it the right way. You're not using nobody. You're not, scamming nobody. You're not doing nobody wrong. You have actual love for whatever it is that you do. That person is trying to get paid. They just working on getting paid. They just care about the money. They don't care about what happens to you, messing up your life, none of that crap. You actually care. You're actually doing it the right way. And it's the same thing with us. That's why we have to stop comparing and start worrying about what other people are doing. Like you doing it the right way. Keep doing, what you're doing. You can't you cannot control other people. You can't. Remember that. You can only control yourself. So whatever they doing, whatever they got going on, ain't got nothing to do with you. Keep doing what you doing. You always tired. Like we said, especially the past couple of days with us, we don't know what's been going on. And we figured it out. We know we stressed out. We ain't gonna lie. We letting y'all know we been stressed out. We stressed out right now as we sit here talking to y'all. Because we got a whole lot going on. We ain't never kept it no secret. For those that's listened to our show, you watch us, we've never kept it a secret. We ain't got it all together. Hell no. No, 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 no. We cannot say that enough. We still working on stuff. We still in the hotel. We still working on our mental health. We still working on our happiness. We got so much stuff going on. So for anybody that look at us, we appreciate it, number one. But number two, baby, we do not have it all together. Absolutely not. And we not finna be one of them influencers or content creators that act like they do. Look, we struggling. We still working on getting back on our feet. We have our days where we don't feel hot, where we don't love ourselves, where we have to, constantly say positive, affirmations and positive things to ourselves. We about to close a lot of doors in our life, and it's so much stuff going on. We working, the best we can to get back on our feet, keep our shows and stuff going, keep everything we got going. So it, nah, we are not finna act like that. But the past couple of days, like we have been barely getting any sleep. Barely getting any sleep. And we know why now. We know the few reasons why. We have to make ourselves eat. Our mood always changing. We have to get back on our self-care. And this stuff that we excuse us. This stuff that we dismiss. That's why we say you never see it coming, because you don't realize that it's happening. Because you get so deep in it, like you feel like you can't crawl out, you can't get out of it. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Make it aware. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever that's going on, make yourself aware of it. So you're not blindsided by it. Don't focus on other people. Just don't. Do not focus on other people. Focus on you, whatever issues, whatever you're dealing with. You ain't happy with it, change it, remove it, get rid of it. You know what we're saying? Job, spouse, husband, school, home, whatever. Number one thing, yourself. Work on yourself and change yourself. There's nothing wrong with looking on the inside and changing whatever you don't like. That's what we're doing. You have to start with yourself. You can change everything on the outside as much as you want. But if you're not working on your inner, all that's going to be in vain. It's going to be for nothing. What do I not like about me? What do I love? What do I want? What do I want to change? What my atmosphere, whatever it is. I don't like when I do this. I don't like arguing. I don't like doing this. Just like one thing with us, we just realized recently to stop talking to people about how we feel about certain things, about what bothers us, all that. And we know it sounds bad, probably the way we're saying it, but the reason why we decide to do that is because of experience, number one. And number two, y'all know, people gonna spin it, twist it, and make you the bad person. And you know what you're saying is valid. You know what you're saying is truth. You're not trying to attack this person. You're not trying to come at them. You're not trying to take no shot. You know it's valid. But people just don't care. But that's when you find other healthy, I'm going to say it again, healthy ways to deal with whatever you got going on. Write, music, go for a walk, meditate, whatever. But the one thing we have to let go of is you can't control the other person. You can't make them be who you want them to be, and vice versa. They cannot make you be who they want you to be. Remember that. You're not a prisoner. You're not trapped. You're not being held hostage. You can remove yourself from any situation, any business move, any relationship, family, friends. You can do that at any given time. Remember that. You got the power. That's something we have to remind ourselves of. These ups and downs and these changes and stuff that people go through, it can make you better, and we know, or bitter. It can do either one. We're choosing to allow everything we're dealing with, and we're dealing with a lot. Everything we're going through, we're choosing to allow it to make us better. We don't want to be bitter. We don't want to be angry and vengeful. That's never going to end good. It's not helpful. It's not healthy. We want to be better. We want to learn from our choices, our decisions. Everything we did wrong, we want to learn from it. And we're going to do our damnedest, everything in our power to make sure we're going to be better. That's it. That's all. And once you become aware of that you the prize and you worthy and you are deserving, you're going to go through ups and downs. It's going to be so much easier. And you can't control other people. That's the top thing. You cannot control other people. If you're not getting what you feel like you need to be getting from that person, remove yourself. If that move you made ain't working for you, remove yourself. They going to talk. They going to say whatever they going to say. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Like we said, you can't control that. You have to know the definition of serenity, the wisdom to change the things I can and to accept the things I can't change. What's number one thing? People. You cannot control them. You cannot change them. You can't make them. But you can control yourself. You can control yourself. What you will, what you won't accept, what you will and what you're willing to do, all that good stuff. You can change it. See, when we deal with this stress and stuff, it's because of things we want to control, things that we want to make us happy. We look at other people. Like we said, people go through ups and downs and things in life, and we feel like, why me? Why not? Remember, everything you're going through is going to create a better version of you, a more stronger version of you, a more powerful version of you. Who the hell cares if people don't like it? Who cares? Like we said, they ain't got the balls and the nerve to do what you're doing. So let them sit right there in their misery, right where they at. And you can look at people and tell whether they're happy or not. They're going to play the role and lie like a mug. But you can tell. We all can. Out of here. Okay, y'all. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our first break, you guys. And we're going to play some music. And we will be back on the Queen Mimi Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We want to thank everybody for coming through to hang out with us. We appreciate y'all. We'll be right back. right, y'all. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. So now, what we're going to talk about is what to do when you notice signs that you're getting stressed out, you're getting burnt out, like you just need to take a break and just disconnect from everything and everybody. And these are just simple things that you can do, y'all. And a couple of these we done mentioned this before on our show, but we're going to get into it a little bit. This is something that we encourage people, and this is something that we're still working on too, y'all. We already said we ain't saying nothing to y'all that we haven't already said to ourselves. So get a journal. For those that don't have one already, we telling y'all, we started writing in one. We was like 16, about 15, 16. We started writing in journals, and it helped us to say things and put all our emotions, things that we could never ever share or talk to anybody about in that book. And if you're not sure how to do one, there's no wrong way on how to do one. Just get you a journal, start writing. I don't care if you're angry, pissed off, happy, nonchalant, whatever. Just get you one. From that day, if you got to write about some past stuff, just write. Just write whatever it is. It ain't got to rhyme. It ain't got to make sense. Just write about whatever it is that you're going through. Your secrets, things that you really can't talk to people about because they going to, like we say, gaslight you. They're going to flip the script on you, make you the bad person, tell you crazy, blah, blah, blah. That's the perfect thing to do. That's the perfect thing to do. There is no wrong way on how to do that, y'all. No. So get you one and practice it daily. Or if you're anything like us with our schedule, we do our journal once a week. So that's our way of grading ourselves. We're saying, checking ourselves. Whatever we went through, we let all that out. Whatever we want to talk about, like we said, what we can't share with people, we put it in there, and it helps. It takes a lot of stress off your shoulders because you're not arguing, you're not lashing out at nobody, you're not getting mad, you letting it go. You're taking stress off of you when you do that. So remember that. If you don't have a journal, we encourage, get one. Get you one. The next one, and this is something that we know we talked about on all of our shows, set some damn boundaries. I'm going to say that louder again for the people in the back. Set you some damn boundaries. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who gets an attitude. I don't care what they try to do because they can't stop you. They can do whatever they want, but they cannot stop you. If you are not happy with that person, they doing you wrong, you dirty, they don't support you, they can't love you, whatever it is, they bringing that stress, they're bringing that negativity into your life, cut them off. Especially after you told them what your boundaries are, what you do or do not like, and they do it anyway. They don't give a damn about you. That's why they're doing it. They got comfortable, they got complacent, they got cool. Now they think they can just do whatever they want. You're going to stay. They can take you through whatever drama, whatever stress, and you're going to stay. Prove them wrong and leave. Cut them off. Unfollow on social media. Block them from your phone. Do everything you have to do. Let's stop painting a different picture of people and see them for who they are. That's what we have to do. Everybody out here, they don't have a good heart. A lot of people are just pure evil and they think they're above you. If they only knew. Real talk, if they only knew. Breathing techniques. This comes with listening to meditation music. And this is something that we do with and without music. You having, you go on day to day about your daily routine, whatever it is, and you start getting them thoughts, you start getting stressed out, your mind starts racing 1,000 miles a minute. If it's anything like ours, you know what I'm talking about. Stop. We don't care what you're doing. Take a couple deep breaths. Hold it in for a second, let it go. You're releasing stress, anxiety, any mental health out of your body. I don't care if you got to do it 10 times a day, 5 times a day, 100 times a day, do it. You ain't got to close your eyes all the time. You can just stand there because we do it a lot of times when we getting DoorDash orders or we sitting in our car. We start, we ain't about to do this. Deep breaths. Let's go. Get that storm out of your mind and focus on what you got to do in that present moment. The past is done. The future, you ain't even got there yet. So focus on where you at. What am I doing right now? What am I surrounded by? What I got to take care of today? That's what you focus on. Another thing that causes us a lot of stress. We focus on the future and we can't let go of the past. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So do them breathing techniques. If you gotta do them in the morning, you know type people that do yoga, we suggest that too. We actually applaud people that do yoga because them are peaceful type people. You know what I'm saying? They ain't with the drama. Don't try them though. That don't mean trying, but they actually looking for ways to de-stress, relax, all that good stuff, and just stay calm and cool and laid back. Don't mess with them people. We don't know how they operate when they get upset, but we wouldn't even take that chance. So don't even do that. And just have mindful moments. Take a walk. Do some aromatherapy, get you some little incense and stuff. Light up in your house. You just get you some music. We love the meditation music with the rain and like little smooth, soft music. You ain't got to necessarily sit, crisscross applesauce on the floor or on your mat or whatever. It's different ways you can do, aromatherapy, meditation and all that stuff. You can just walk around your house, just play some music, get you some coffee, tea, read a book. Just everybody is different. Figure out what works for you. Figure out what works for you. Take you a little walk, go sit by the water, by the beach. We love sitting by the water. We absolutely love it. It's like we connecting with it and we connecting with the sun, the sand. It's just peaceful and calm, and we don't know what it is, but it's just peaceful. It's relaxing just looking at the water. You know what we're saying? So you do whatever works for you, figure out what that is, and do it every day. People gonna think you weird because, like we said, they ain't got the balls or the strength to even deal with whatever they got going on. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the balls to even deal with that. And you do. You want peace from within. You want happiness from within. All that stuff. And prayer. Now, we know everybody has their own religion, their own lifestyle, however they choose to live. We are Muslim. We are a follower of Islam. We are a follower of Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachers and Master Father Muhammad, to whom we praise forever, which will be Allah in the flesh. So we pray to them for strength, for love, to keep us going and all that stuff. So we are not judging. That's not our job. But whoever you choose to pray to, if that helps you, do that. Let me make it clear. You don't need our approval. We just tell people how we live our life, so on and so forth. That simple, that easy. So whatever prayer, whatever you choose to do, everybody has that option. That's why it's called free will. So we want to make that very clear, but that's what we do. Sometimes before you even get out the bed, even on the days we don't feel like getting out of bed, we pray, we just talk to Allah all the time to help us with every decision because we can't make any without him. So like we said, everybody has their own religion, their own lifestyle, what they choose to follow, all that good stuff. To each his own. That's all we gonna say. You ain't got to be on the edge, about to lose your mind, to take a little break or to slow down. Just remind yourself that you need to. Just like with us, wherever we go, wherever we do, we take at least one day out the week and we just chill. We don't work, we don't do nothing. That's our day. Do what we love to do and just sit and relax. sleep, whatever. Because we approaching 40. You ain't about to go to no club or be surrounded by a bunch of people. We don't even want that no more out of here. That gets old. We can do everything in the club at home. So out of here. Seek help. Therapy. It helps people find a support group for whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it's alcohol, drugs, mental health. I think they got support groups for that as well. They have support groups for single moms or even moms that's married. Find support group that is in your lane. That's more catered to you, and do that. You can find like a group chat or whatever, people that's dealing with the same stuff you're dealing with, different issues. You never know. And if you've never done it before, we've done a therapy in a support group when we were in a domestic violence shelter. They help because one of the top things for us, one of the top things is we were reminded that we weren't alone. When you're dealing with stress or you're dealing with any kind of issues or anything that's going on with your life, you really feel like nobody understands you and you really feel like you're alone and you really feel like nobody cares. And when we say that, we mean the physical people in your life that are physically around you. And we wish we could get into it, but you're not. You're not alone like you think you are. That's something we have to remind ourselves, like we said, no matter where we go, what we do, whatever, we're not alone. You may not have physical people, your family, spouse, friends, whatever, around you all the time, but you're not alone. You are loved and you are appreciated and you are deserving. But that's something you have to believe within yourself. So everybody is different, and we can't say that enough. To each his own. Our favorite, our personal favorite de-stress tool is meditation music. That's our favorite. We have a couple, in our little top five or whatnot. But we love meditation. It's so relaxing after having a long day. Just sitting and chilling and watching the video and it's rain or smooth music or clouds or stuff like that. That is relaxing. That's our personal favorite. So, we love it. We love it. So just to wrap up, y'all, we're gonna take our last break and then come back in and give you guys all our social media. Figure out whatever your trigger is, wherever your stress is hiding, because it's gonna creep up on you. Figure it out. Don't ignore them quiet signs. Don't ignore them people around you that's bringing you down or they draining you or causing you so much stress and heartache and pain. Figure out what works for you as far as self-care, because everybody is different. We cannot say that enough. Whatever your relaxation tips are, setting your boundaries, whatever the case may be, like we said, take a walk, aromatherapy, prayer, support groups, whatever. Figure out what works for you because everything is not for everybody. That's why we don't like them dang on seminars and all that stuff where people tell you their methods and stuff on how they made money and all this crap, and then they do their same um, techniques with you. That's why we stopped doing that. Whatever works for you may not work for me. Whatever helped you sell or do business or whatever, that may not work for me. I don't have the same resources or the same circle or the same people that you have. That's what people don't realize. So that's why we always say to each his own, figure out what works for you. And once you figure that out, do it daily, a couple times a week. But don't just do it once and then skip it a couple months. Do it daily or at least a couple times a week. Keep it in your routine. It's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Find an uplifting quote. I think we mentioned this already. We found an app called I Am on TikTok. And we read different affirmations and different quotes every day. And it helps. Because you have to remember you can't control everything. We cannot say that enough. Y'all gonna hear us say that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Find whatever's gonna help you whatever's going to get you to where you need to be. Stay in your own lane, y'all. Follow your own path. Listen to people when they give you advice. There's nothing wrong with that. Hear them out. That's all fine and cool. But, listen to yourself, you know, in your own heart too. Don't ever forget that. You know, mind the advice that the people are giving you, just like with our husband. What I'm saying? He gives us so much advice on Islam and my next move and what we gonna do, so on and so forth. And we listen. Don't get us wrong, we take heed to it, but at the same time we still have to remember um what our heart wants and what we want to do. We know deep down what we gonna do. We know deep down what we want and we willing to work for what's gonna make us happy. But we got a lot going on. We not finna lie, y'all. Y'all know we got a lot going on. And we not taking anything away from that. But we still have a lot we got to figure out and deal with and get through, so on and so forth. And we're gonna do that. Absolutely. We're going to do that. We're gonna get to where we need to be. Like we said, we got to work today, we're gonna work tomorrow. And once we start crossing things off our list, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap, man. But stress, we're gonna say this and we're gonna take our next break, y'all. Stress, y'all know this, is a silent killer. You can be lashing out at somebody and then just drop dead. You can be sitting around somebody miserable and unhappy, and then your life has just like passed you by. You never did anything that you wanted to do, nothing that was, gonna make you happy and, help you grow and be better. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you get to that point like, I can't do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not working. It's okay to be selfish. People try to make you feel so bad because you're making a move or you're doing something, without them. But it's okay to be selfish. If they can't understand that, then oh well. Remember, you can't control it. You absolutely cannot. And that's something we cannot say enough. Nobody and nothing on this earth, hear me, is worth you dying for or stressing yourself out for. You come first. Put yourself first. Value and respect yourself first because nobody else is going to do it. Absolutely not. They don't know how. They don't have the capacity to. So remember that. Be genuinely and authentically who you are. And by that we mean don't put up no false little persona, no little false image. Be you. And the right people will connect to you. Whatever your message is, whatever your niche is, it's gonna reach the right people. Stop focusing so much on being viral and being famous and wanting everybody to know you. There's nothing wrong with that, but make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You know what we're saying? But be genuinely and authentically who you wanna be. And the right people to be there. No, it ain't gonna be no flock or a whole bunch of people, but it's gonna be the right people. Cannot say that enough. Remember your worth. Remember who you are. Remember everything you've already gone through and survived that should have killed you. Remember that. And remember that you're still here. You still got a pulse. You still got breath. You still got life in your body. So remember that. You're still here for a reason. So let's make it count. And there's something we said to ourselves. That simple, that easy. Okay, y'all. So what we're going to do, is take our last break. We gonna play some music, and when we come back, we got to update a lot of our flyers, but we still gonna give you guys all our social media where you can check out all of our shows. And of course, we can come follow us at, and we will follow back and subscribe, so on and so forth. And yeah, we're going to get out of here and get ready to get to work. So we will be back on the Queen Mimi podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. And once again, thank you to everybody for coming through to hang out with us. We greatly appreciate it. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talks. What we gonna do, y'all, is we gonna go ahead and give y'all all our social media. where you can check out all of our shows and follow us. And then we're going to go ahead and get out of here because our husband just walked through the door, so we got to go to work. So, yeah, all that good stuff. So, first and foremost, you guys can catch the Queen Mimi podcast this Sunday and every Sunday live at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We know we was a little late getting on, y'all. Like we said, we just getting back into the swing of things, so on and so forth. But we'll be live next Sunday, moving forward, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you can catch the Queen Mimi radio show, Real Talking Topics, and of course the Queen Mimi blog. We changed the time for all those shows, so we're gonna start going live 8:30 a.m. with all our shows instead of 8:30 p.m. So we got to put the flyers on here, update everything, but we'll have that done by next week, y'all. So we got y'all, of course. And like we said, you can follow us on all our social media. You can subscribe to our YouTube, the Queen Mimi Podcast, LinkedIn, Queen Mimi, Twitch, Queen Mimi 85, TikTok, Queen Mimi Podcast, Clubhouse, Queen Mimi 77, and of course, over on Red Note under Queen Mimi. So yeah, all that good stuff. And we will make sure we follow y'all back. And before we forget as well, like you said, we live stream on Twitch as well. And we're gonna be changing this flyer as well, you guys. All our shows gonna be 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time moving forward, y'all. Queen Mimi Podcast, Queen Mimi Radio Show, We're Talking Topics, and of course the Queen Mimi Blog Show as well, y'all. So we're gonna be changing all that as well. Like we said, of course, our TikTok, the Queen Mimi podcast will be live over on our TikTok. For those that don't know, Frumpy, that's what I'm gonna call it. Signed another extension, so the app's still gonna be here for another 75 days. So it ain't in the clear yet, but no Frumpy, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, like you don't sign it, I think Friday. So guess the app will still be around for a little bit. So we'll be live the first and third Wednesday, 8 p.m. and every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. We're gonna change that too, so we gotta update a whole lot of things, which we did. And like we said, we got our radio show.